long story short, we are simply bringing in too many assignment fees, guys, using this method, and I want to show you exactly how y'all can do it. Not because I'm a nice guy, so that you can send them to my buyers and we can both get paid together. Please help me pay my rent. We've already announced the winners. I've already announced the winners. So yeah, okay. Well, that's not it. Where is it? Manor. Okay. So we sold this bad boy for 5K today. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. We sold this for 5K today. Check this out. Can everybody see the house on my screen? Can everybody see this thing? Look at it. Take it in. I'm going to show TikTok. I'm going to show Instagram. It's 11718 Manor. This is for $5,000. $5,000. Just so that we have a little clarity here, how long does it take people to have $5,000 saved up? How long does it take people to have $5,000 saved up? Let's ask AI. Let's ask AI. Instagram wants to see. Instagram, I'll show you. Instagram, here it is. This is the property right here. This is what we're talking about. We got a 5K assignment fee off this today. How long does it take people to save up 5K? We've got all the high earners in the chat talking big game, but let's find out what the average is. What does the average 23-year-old make per week in the United States?
On average, a 23-year-old full-time worker in the US earns about $750 to $800 per week before taxes. This is based on median.
And what does the average 23-year-old spend per week in the United States?
On average, a 23-year-old in the US earns about $750 to $800 per week before taxes. In terms of spending, the average young adult in their early 20s typically spends around $600 to $800 per week, depending on factors like location and lifestyle.
So you're saying that the average 23-year-old lives paycheck to paycheck?
In many cases, yes, that can definitely be true. So a lot of young adults in their early 20s do tend to have limited income, coupled with expenses like rent, student loans, and everyday costs, which often means living paycheck to paycheck.
The figure you gave me, a 23-year-old spending $800 per week, was the high end of their income. You're suggesting that a 23-year-old spends more money than they make per week?
That's a really good point, and I appreciate you catching that.
No. You're not wrong. You are 100% right. I just want to let you know you're 100% right.
I really appreciate that. Thank you. It definitely can be a bit nuanced.
So you don't. I said, how long does it take you to save up? You don't. You don't. You receive 5K. Do you save up 5K? No. If you're an average person, you don't save up 5K. You simply don't. But at the same time, how am I holding up a 4K check at 23 years old? At the same time, how am I holding up a $20,000 check at 24 years old? How am I holding up an $11,000 check at 24 years old? How do we do it? How do we do it? Well, I'm going to show you right now, and it's only going to take you a second. So somebody says 5K ain't that much, bud. We missed the whole point. We missed the whole point. Do we have a hard time listening? Guys, the point is not that 5K is a lot of money. The point is that the average 23-year-old, which is who my viewer base is, 23 years old to 25 years old, doesn't save up 5K just because that's the nature of the United States. You know, our work-life balance is terrible out here. And I'm not here to tell you, you can make $100,000 per month. Okay, I know I used to say that. And look, it's some very small minority of students who work with me do. For example, John Ali. Like, I'm not going to tell you that I was straight up lying. Like, this is $102,000 assignment fee. This is $102,000 assignment fee. So it does happen. This is actually a $100K check from wholesaling real estate, not buying anything, but it's just it's kind of rare and it's kind of hard to attain, and you have to be kind of an elite individual if that's going to be your reality, and most people don't live that reality. So I'd rather talk about how to just make 5K, like in a really simple way. So here's the thing. The property on my screen right now is a property that my buyers are interested in. Every day I tell you my buyers' criteria. This is something that they'd be interested in. It's for sale at $80,000. And this is one that we sold for 5K today. Check it out. Check it out. We sold this guy for 5K today. Isn't that cool? And well, it's not a lot of money. I want to highlight the significance as attainable. I want the significance to you to be attainable. Just one deal per month, 5K per month, and then you get your time back. I just want you to consider, guys, chances are you're in the last decade of your body increasing in physical ability. At the age of like 31, 32, your muscle mass starts to degrade. Your body is more prone to injury. You're more prone to sickness. You're just downhill from there. So we're in a very, very crucial time in our life, given that my average viewer is 18 to 23 years old. We got to take charge, guys, because this is the time to explore the world. This is not the time to be in a cubicle. It is not the time to be in a cubicle. I'm confused on how you sold an 80K house for 5K. That's a great question. Let's back up a little bit. So let's say we had a real estate investor. We had a real estate investor, and the real estate investor was like, I love to buy houses for 75K, but all the houses in his market are for sale at 100K. And he's like, I love to buy houses at 75K. But the thing is, there are thousands of houses for sale in his market at 100K, thousands and thousands of them. I'm talking about, like, let's say Detroit, Michigan. I don't live in Detroit, but let's do this in Detroit, right? Do you think, given that there are thousands of houses for sale at 100K, perhaps you could call 100 of them and maybe one person would sell at 60 or 70? And if you did get that person to say yes, would it make sense for the buyer to give you a 5K finder's fee? Just a hypothetical here, nothing to poke holes in, guys, just a hypothetical here. Buyer wants to buy at 70K, but all houses for sale at 100K, but buyer wants 70K. Okay, thousands of houses for sale in buyer's market. You call 100,000 houses for sale until one agree to sell for 70K. You call buyer. Hello, buyer. I got this house that was listed at 100 for 70. Will you pay me a finder's fee? I did announce the winners yesterday. Anyways, the house on my screen is one of those deals. We got a 5K check today. We got $5,000 today, and I've already showed you the address. It's 11718 Manor Street. 11718 Manor Street. People asking if they can do it as a 14-year-old. Dog, I had a 12-year-old from Singapore do this type of deal that I'm talking about right now. So if a 12-year-old can do it, you can do it. You just need your parents to sign for you, or I will sign for you. But when it comes to sending you one of these, I need parent permission. I need them to sign the field trip form to make sure it's okay for me to send you multi-5 figures, because mom's going to think that you're a dealer of sorts. Here's why this is such a good deal. So this is where it's going to get a little bit technical. What state? It could be a lot of states. Really, any state where houses are 100K works. So the biggest significance here is the rent. It's what the house rents out for. So let's go to Zillow to figure out what the rent is, because Zillow does rent too, right? Do we have any guesses as to what it might rent out for? What do we think? How do you figure out APR? We don't use APR. We use AIR. APR is for cars. What do we think this house might rent out for? I'll show you. It's an 80K house. 80K house, guys. You want to see the street view to determine whether or not we're in the hood? Because I don't think this is the hood, guys. Maybe it's not a super nice area, but look. Looks like a lot of U.S. neighborhoods, doesn't it? That looks like a lot of United States neighborhoods area in the world, but like, isn't that pretty consistent with just what a neighborhood looks like in the United States, you know? Pretty average, right? Anyways, that's where the property is. What do we think that this thing runs out for? Guys, winners for the giveaway are posted on my YouTube live stream last night. Y'all missed it. Winners are posted on my YouTube right now. Anyways, this house, I don't know what it will rent out for. Let's find out. The rent is $1,483. $1,483. And I want to let you know that that's probably the high end of properties. This renting out for $1,483 is really, really, really good. For example, let me pull up another house, like another random property, and see what it might be renting out for. So this is another random property. Let's see if it also rents for the same. So if I look this thing up on Zillow, it goes for $1,381. So not quite $1,483, but a pretty good number to say the least. Anyways, I love that this gets $1,483. Here's why. These investors are looking for 20% of the money that they spend back on year one. You spend $10,000, you want $2,000 back. After all expenses, after management fees, after vacancy fees, you spend $10,000 to buy the house, you want 20% of that back. And if we can identify those who give us at least 20% back, you've got yourself a 5K check multiple times per week. Instagram keeps skipping. Yes, it does. If you have a solution, I would love to hear it. I have uninstalled the app. I have purchased a better phone for the app. I have updated the app. Not recently, though. Maybe I could update it. Let me know how to fix that, because I don't know how to fix it. I agree. Instagram is terrible for live streams. TikTok does not skip at all. No skipping on TikTok. It's almost not worth it to go live here, but I do it, whatever. Anyways, Taylor is a student who's about 3 weeks in. This is her 3rd week. She's 3 weeks into Hold My Hand Wholesale. And I want to say that Taylor, who you've seen come up on stage a number of times, studied for about a week, and then she started making calls. So here's the deal. The house rents out for just about $1,480 per month. Let's go ahead and run some numbers. If you buy this thing at $80,000, do you know what the bank would require you to put as a down payment? You have Preston says, hold on, we might have to take a pause. It's $16,000 for the down payment at 7.2% interest. But Preston, you have a 0% interest seller finance deal in Detroit with a 50% cash on cash return. You can't find a buyer? Oh my goodness. I'd love to help you with that, Preston. Preston, that is a very, very good deal. He has a 0% cash on cash return. But Preston, I'm going to be real with you, man. Most people who tell me they got that type of deal don't really have that type of deal. So Preston, you give me the address to that. You tell me your terms. I'll tell you if I have a deal. And Preston, you've got about 30 seconds to give me that address, because I don't have time to wait here, Preston. I almost never review a deal that I have found off of TikTok. But Preston, you drop your address in the chat right now. I will tell you whether or not it's a deal. But chances are that's a deal. Oh, look at that. We got it. It's 12106 Steel Street. 12106 Steel Street, Detroit, Michigan. Okay. Wow. So interior passes. Preston, what's your purchase price? So this is the deal that Preston just showed us. Guys, the guy in the chat just told us he has a 0% interest seller finance deal. Preston, this looks $85K. Perfect. Beautiful. Preston, what is your monthly payment on this? That's perfect. What's your monthly payment, Preston? You tell me that monthly payment. And guys, what are we doing first? We're looking up the rent. So he says he has it under contract. $416. Preston, oh my goodness. What is your down payment, Preston? Yeah, it's great. It's great. I have no complaints so far. Preston, what's your down payment? I will call. Oh, it's a deal. Okay, I'm calling you right now, Preston. I'm sending you my cell phone number. Preston, that's a deal. Preston, we got to talk, man. We got to talk. I'm calling you right now, Preston. I'm going to send you my cell phone number, and I want you to call me on this live stream. Preston 25. 2507. I just picked up a deal out of my chat. Preston 2507. Yeah. Preston 2507. Wow. So Preston did the thing that, yeah. Preston, you've got my cell phone number in your DMs. You've got my cell phone number in your DMs. I will have a conversation with you on the live stream about this because that is awesome. I'm going to tell my editor, Andrew, clip yap session about Detroit. Clip. I'm on Do Not Disturb. Let me get it off Do Not Disturb. Hope he didn't call. Let me just see. He didn't call yet. Okay, he's going to give us a call. But Preston, you did exactly what we wanted you to do. It's almost like he's in Hold My Hand Wholesale. Here he is, and he's from Canada. Hello, Preston.
Richard, what's going on, man?
How you doing today, man?
I'm good. I was just cooking up some lunch, and your live came up on my For You page, so I thought I'd check it out, and then I saw you talking about a deal, and I was like, you said most investors look for half of what they get back, 50% of what they get back,
20%,
or something like that.
20%, 50% is insane.
Yeah, 20%. And then I was like, dude, I have this deal that I've been trying to sell. I've been like, I've been posting on Facebook trying to qualify buyers, but I just, couldn't.
I'd have this sold in a bidding war in a singular day. In a singular day, I'd have this sold in the bidding war. By the way, how long is your balloon? Unless your balloon is like 3 or 4 years, it's an amazing deal.
Yeah, it's 5 years, no prepayment penalty.
5 years. Okay, 5 years suffices. 5 years slightly on the low end, but honestly, everything else about your deal is good. I'll tell you what, I'll make a call on the live stream right now. Hop back into my TikTok. I'll call you back after. I believe I can sell your deal, but I want to go 50-50 on the assignment. What do you think?
Yeah, no, we'll do. I was getting tired of it. This seller or the agent has the seller. He has like 26 properties. So I want to be able to get this one. Yeah, I want to be able to.
We're going to do a lot of deals together, Preston. We'll do a lot of deals together. We're going to become best friends. I'm going to call right now. Just a sec.
Awesome. All right. I'll tune in on your live.
All right. Bye-bye. Talk soon. Bye-bye. Wow.
What's up, stud?
Man, do I have the deal of a lifetime for you.
Are you calling me on another live again?
It's great content. It's great content. Dude, get this. I got an address. So this guy got this seller who just listed their house 2 months ago in Detroit to agree to $85K. He's got a down payment of $15K and 0% interest payments of $400 per month. It's gonna rent out for like $1,200, $1,300. So you've got $15K down, 0% interest payments for 5 years, and you've got yourself like a 30% cash on cash return for just $15K down. I feel like your buyers are gonna swarm this thing given the lack of an interest rate, no qualification, no debt to income ratio, no loan origination fee. I don't think so because it's been renovated. So I think it's probably vacant. Most of these are going to be vacant because they're posted on Zillow. Occasionally,
but still 15 grand down, 0% interest on the mortgage. So it's like a flat mortgage rate of at what?
It's a seller finance deal. It's vacant and it's a seller finance deal. They just said every payment you make pays down the debt. So dude, I mean so you pay down, let's see, so 60 months of 0% interest payments of $415. Dude, you pay down like a third of the purchase price.
That's stupid.
That's in 5 years.
Stupid.
I know, right?
That's okay. Last thing I gotta check. Is there any gun violence? Is there any bullets
flying
down the streets?
I don't know. I can't believe I called you without asking. Let me find out right now. This is a high pressure moment.
That's the only other thing that could throw a wrench in the deal. If there's none of that, then I would say we'll
there's none. There's not a single shooting on the map. I'm taking a picture right now.
Don't tease me.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is so rare. Because dude, I was like, oh shit, I definitely should have checked that. But how rare? I'm taking a picture of that right now. Not a singular pew mark.
That's absolutely insane.
Well, hey, I'm gonna send this to you right now. This is the type of
We'll lock it up. We'll lock it up in the next 3 hours if all that's the case. I'm not saying that but I have a couple people right now that I'll drop it in one person's box. I'll say I need a response in the next hour or so. The last thing I would say, just let's confirm, so it's not currently rented, correct?
Dude,
is that the only thing?
It's not it's not rented. You know what the chat is saying? Chat says, now I know this is fake because they think it's too good to be true. This guy says this is 100% fake. I totally agree. That's why the address says pending on Zillow, because I hacked public record. Anyways, let me go ahead and send this over to you, man.
Please. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll definitely lock that up. Thank you, sir.
Perfect. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
He says, this is garbage. Have you ever bought in Detroit? Only like 3 weeks ago. Only 3 weeks ago I bought in Detroit, but that's okay. So Preston, I'm gonna give you a call back now. Preston, let me give you a call back now. Sold.
Oh,
Sold.
I saw the live.
Sold.
I know.
Hey, wait,
know.
how the hell did you get this? For our viewers that are watching us right now, we got about 700 people watching live right now. I literally just started the live stream by saying you could make 5K by getting a property under contract, and you just made 5K by getting a property in the same city we were talking about under contract. How the hell did you get them to agree to 0% interest payments?
Yeah, so I actually reached out. I saw, I wanted to know why the seller was selling, if, they live in it, stuff like that. Because if they live in the property, most likely they need cash to move. So seller financing would be the deal. But it ended up being an investor. He just wants to get out of Detroit. So I originally had it structured at 6% interest, $70,000 purchase price. But then I spoke with some people, and they said it would be a good idea to pitch 0% interest, $85,000 purchase price. So at the end of the 5-year balloon, with the 6% interest, you're paying around $87,000. But with the 0% interest, you're paying $85,000. So you're saving basically $2,000 after the 5 years, but you're also saving $100 a month on your monthly payment. So,
dude, you talk to my students. My students are the ones who told you to do this. Who did you talk to tell you to do this? Because this is the method that blew me up on social media. I started overpaying for properties that weren't selling as long as we could get them on 0% interest seller financing terms. Like we had a house in Omaha, Nebraska. It was listed for $385,000. I paid $450,000 for it, but I pay $2,000 a month. I pay it down crazy quick, just like your deal. Who did you talk to? I'm convinced it was a student of Hold My Hand Wholesale, because nobody else is offering over list price in Detroit and getting properties on 0% interest payments with 5-year balloons. That's a Hold My Hand Wholesale thing.
Yeah, no, it is. Me and this guy named Tyrell, we actually use your creative finance calculator as well. But I don't know if he's in your community. He lives in Detroit. And he also, there's this guy like Cameron or Cameraman that he was a helper, but no, he's like, he got it from you. So definitely,
that's what I'm talking about.
It definitely changed my perspective. At 6%, I thought, it's still a little bit better than the bank. Whatever, I could probably assign it. But then he threw this out, and I was like, oh, wow, I didn't even think about that. And then I pitched it. It was pretty easy to pitch because it was basically the same terms for the seller. Nothing was really changed. So it was pretty easy to restructure the contract. And then, yeah, it's actually crazy timing because I was cooking lunch while I was watching your live, and the earnest money is due like today. I was planning on getting it flown through like before earnest money was due. Because,
bro, you should wire that in. We'll reimburse you on the back end, like 100% right now.
I'm planning on funding it because I knew that, I wasn't going to be able to assign it in 12 hours. So I'm going to fund it myself. But yeah, I mean,
good. Because you'll be refunded. What'll happen is I'm going to have my buyer put down double your EMD, and you'll get your EMD back at the close of escrow. It'll be like you never spent anything, I promise.
Well, couldn't he just do the same as me? I'll just have mine refundable, and then when I assign it, his will just take the place of mine.
Yeah. There's a couple ways we could have it work. We could either have him submit it if he's like down to do the deal right now. which he is down to do the deal right now, but he'll want to walk the property. Or we could have have you submit it, and then we have him also submit it. So oftentimes in wholesale deals, wholesaler submits first EMD, real buyer submits second EMD. Your first EMD is refunded at the close of escrow.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that too. It doesn't matter to me as long as we're able to get this done. Because dude, it was definitely frustrating having to talk. What's funny is I actually saw one of your TikToks and you put the Instagram of a buyer in
Harry.
What's his name? Harry Costas? I think his name is Costas.
Costas. Yeah, Costas. Yes.
Costas. Yeah, so I reached out to him. He passed on it, but he said he, would send it around or whatnot. I don't think he did that, but I was trying to look for a buyer, and for some reason, I guess I just wasn't in the right crowd.
Dude, for future reference, if you're in Hold My Hand Wholesale, type #submit and submit that to our portal. These type of deals sell in the bidding war for us.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm not in that group, but I follow you, so it's funny. It's a crazy timing, to be honest. This is funny.
It is.
It's good content for sure.
You're the contract holder, so I literally can't circumnavigate you. This doesn't work without you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put you in a group chat with the buyer here. We're going to explain everything that just happened here. You're going to send him the details, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can get this thing assigned to him in the next hour or two.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Add me to it. I have a little, Google Doc of some information, the numbers, all that good stuff. So yeah, I can send him whatever.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Thanks so much, man. Talk soon.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Have you announced the rent winners? Yes, I have. We did announce them. They're on my YouTube right now. Wow. So isn't that weird that and he's in Canada too. This kid's in Canada. He's literally doing this from Canada. His area code says Ontario, Canada. Do you mess with fix and flips? For sure. Bro is starting to lose faith in wholesaling, and then he found me, and I sold it in a singular phone call. Okay, so we have Shell, Preston. We have Joseph. That's called dispositions wholesaling. What I just did in front of you guys. So I just made $2,500 cash in front of you. I probably made 2 phone calls, one to Preston, or 3 phone calls, one to the buyer, or one to Preston, one to the buyer, and one back to Preston again. So that was 3 phone calls for $2,500. Do not tell me you spend an entire month working and not have $2,500 at the end of the month. Don't tell me that when this stuff exists. Guys, remember the group that I told him to join so that he could sell these faster next time? It's Hold My Hand Wholesale. It's offered via the link in my bio. Hello, guys. So I've got a really cool situation here. The address located at 12106 Steel Street in Detroit, Michigan, is currently under contract for a 0% interest seller financing arrangement. We have it at $70,000, $10K down, with $416 per month in payments. Long term, it'll go for a little over $1,000, but Section 8 will go for $1,200. But I think the biggest thing here, I mean, the return is definitely there, but the biggest thing is no interest. So you pay down a crazy amount of debt. You pay down something like $35,000, which is a third of your purchase price, a little more than a third of your purchase price in just 5 years' time. And then at the balloon, you refinance. So as you know, you can pull 75% out of what a property is worth. So let's say you purchase the property for 85, 7 is your down payment. You're in it for 78,000. You pay down another 30, you're in it for 48,000. The property is going to be worth 80, 85, $90,000 in 5 years. You just refinance the amount that you owe. You refinance a tiny little portion of it, and then your payment actually goes down. You will cash flow more at your balloon. So anyways, refinance at the balloon, you're good to go. Cash on cash is there. Down payment we're charging him $15K. So Joseph, I got it for $10K down, $15K down. And then, yeah, I think that's everything. I've already sent Joseph a picture of the spot crime. Again, address is 12106 Steel Street in Detroit, Michigan. So By the way, EMD is due today, and the wholesaler who is in the chat with us, Shell, his name is Preston. He's submitting the EMD to keep the deal going so that our buyer can pull the trigger on this. Anyways, let's get it done, guys. $12,106. I'm so glad I looked at my TikTok chat. I just made $2,500 by like literally being here live on TikTok. My podcast that I did with Zach Ginn like an hour ago was all about like, how do you get your first wholesale deal? And I was like, just go to Detroit. And I just did it. It was so easy. That counts as a wholesale deal. Even though that's not my deal, I brought the buyer to the table. That's called a dispositions wholesale deal. And it is an amazing way to get your first check. Hey, Shell, can you please assign to Joseph Spire? We have it at 10K down. We're selling it to him at 15K down. Yeah. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of the crime. This is the crime, or lack thereof, I should say. Yeah. 0% interest ones are super rare, Joseph. Okay, and then I'll put this in my pipeline, and I'll follow up with Preston tomorrow. So that's a nice little deal. That just went from 0 to hero in just a second. Anyways, I'll probably do questions, and I want to analyze cash on cash return a little bit here, but I'll spend the rest of the days on questions. So Preston wholesaler TikTok deal Joseph buyer. I just put caveman speech in my CRM and I remember. Anyways, yeah, so back to this deal, guys, that he picked up before. So I'm sorry, you saw why I had to drop everything right there. I had to drop everything because in that 10 or 15 minute period of time right there, I just made a potential viral video. So this will be clipped tomorrow and potentially go viral because it's just absolute insanity. And I made $2,500 cash. And I showed you guys proof of concept, which will convert to you guys signing up for my community as well, because you got the proof of concept. So yeah, I had to drop the ball. I had to stop everything right there because that was just unbelievable. Now I'm going to tell my editor to clip it. I just got to tell him to clip it really quick. Bear with me. The hater in the chat left. Where did the hater in the chat go? You do this live, same time, Monday through Friday, same time. Hey, I think I just got a viral video clip. I think this is a crazy viral video clip. I was talking about Detroit deals, right? And how you can you can make 5K from a couple phone calls if you call in Detroit or various other markets. Then this guy in the chat comes up and he's like, hey, I have a deal, but I haven't been able to sell it. And I was like, what's your deal? And he's on the TikTok chat, not Discord chat. He shows me the deal. It's a 0% interest seller finance thing. And he says, I've been sending it to all my buyers. I can't sell it. And so I make a singular phone call. I make one phone call and he picks up the deal for $5,000 in cash. And then we have a breakdown conversation with the wholesaler who came off TikTok.
Great. Okay. Sounds good. Do you think that's a one clip type of video?
Dude,
sounds like a couple.
Well, everything happened in the span of about 15 minutes. You've got my initial reaction. My initial reaction is where I read the comment. And then you have my phone call with the say, hey, I just sent you my cell phone number. Let's talk. He tells me the terms of his deal. And then I call my buyer and then I call him back and say sold. So it could all be 3 minutes. It could all be done within 3 minutes. And I am streaming on YouTube. Yes, this could be a YouTube video. Dude, YouTube just saw me do this start to finish.
Yeah, this could be a YouTube video. Awesome.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'll mark it down.
Okay. Well, hey, thanks, dude. This just happened right now, past probably 15, 20 minutes. So yeah, I'll go clip that.
Sounds good, dude. I'm editing a YouTube video right now, so just let me know if any other good stuff happens.
Speaking of good stuff, we transferred you. It's 96% of the way there. My podcast was Zach Ginn today. It was a banger.
All right, good. Sounds good.
All right,
thank you.
Perfect. Thanks. Talk soon. Bye-bye. Yep. I got my editor on payroll to do that for me because it was great. I got 16 rentals making over 500K. They want 8 million to help me sell. We'd have to talk in an in-depth conversation, man. There's a lot to go over with a portfolio like that. This guy says your clipper is crap. It would have been done already. Understand, I have the most views in the real estate industry. Like, not speculative, no speculation. I'll show you. I will show you. In all of real estate, and I believe close to all of finance, there may be one or two like Alex Hormozy who are doing more than me, but check this out, dude. Check it out. YouTube, how many views per month on YouTube from that editor? 14 million views per month. How many views on Instagram? 20 million views per month. No, that's less than a month, by the way. How many on TikTok? 16 million views per month. So what is that? That's 31. That's 51 million views per month. That's more than Alex Hormozy. That's more Morby. I don't know anybody else who's doing numbers like that. Not in real estate. So my clipper is on his shit. He's on his shit, dude. You better believe it. Anyways, yeah, I was talking about cash on cash return, guys. This is the last example I'm going to give before we do questions. Yes, there are many fake profiles faking me. Please be careful with that. So the house that's on my screen that y'all can see right here, this is the significance of it, guys. The price is 80, right? If you buy something at 80K, do you know what the bank's down payment is? You shouldn't have to call him when you're on live. Fair. Do you know what the down payment is? This is not our down payment. This is not our down payment. This is the bank's down payment. Do you know what the bank requires? 20%. 20%. The bank requires a 20% down payment. So if you're buying a house for 80K, your brain needs to create a neural connection to 16K. You need to see 80 and hear 16. That's how my brain works at this. You hear 80, you hear 16. You hear 70, you hear fill in the blank. You hear 70, yes, I'm a commercial landlord. 14K, 14, not 15, 14K. You hear 70, you hear 14K. You hear 50, you think 10K. You hear 100, you think 20K. And then what's the other thing you need to think? 7% interest, 7% interest. I hear 80K, you know what I think? I think 16K down, 7% interest, $430 per month. Okay, not really 430. I cheated by looking at the calculator right there, but I have a ballpark, 400, $500 per month, something like that. Something like that. So I know if somebody's like, hey, 80K house renting out for $1,100, deal or no deal. No deal. 80K house renting out for $1,400. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. 70K house renting for $1,400. Deal. 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 And I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you exactly how we know. This is not about renovation costs. This is simply about what is the down payment? What is the income? What is the down payment? What is the income? So let's do it right now. And all of these people on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube who are like, can I see your screen share? Can I see your screen share? You're watching an advertisement for my screen share. We've already established that this is real. So I show my screen on my Discord via the link in my bio on all platforms. Linked in my bio on YouTube, linked in my bio on TikTok, linked on my bio on Instagram, or just Google Hold My Hand Wholesale. We got 2,000 independent reviews, but you just saw it happen in real time. So you already know. Anyways, you can watch my screen share right here, right now. That's why I'm live. It's an advertisement. I'm trying to make money. Yes, I announced the winners. Okay. So 80K down payment is 16K. Thanks for the message. Your monthly payment's $434, but your taxes and insurance are probably $250 in Detroit. $434 plus $250, $684. $684. And then you've also got an income of $1,450 per month. So $1,450 is your income. So here's what we're going to do. $1,450 multiplied by 0.8. Why multiply 14? And I'm going to do this 5 times, guys. I'm going to do this 5 times, okay? 5 times in front of you. So if you're like, Richard, I didn't get it. Well, hopefully you get it by the 5th time. So I'll give you the formula to follow along. It's rent times 0.8 minus PITI divided by 12 times, times 12 divided by total entry cost, So I'm putting this formula in the chat so that you know what I'm doing, but I'm literally going to do it 5 times in a row. I'll do it 5 times in a row right here. Okay, so we're first going to do it for the one that sold for 5K. You buy this thing at 80K. Your down payment is 16K, 21K with closing costs. You're looking at a $434 monthly payment, as you can see on my screen right here. We add taxes and insurance to that, and it becomes $684, right? We take $1,450, which is our rent, and we take 20% off the top. Then you subtract your payment of $684. You're making $476 per month. You multiply this by 12. You're making $5,712 per year. And you divide this by 21K. Whoa. Slow down. Where'd 21K come from? You put 16K down with the bank, and then you had 5K in closing costs. So 21K. That's my first time. I'm going to do this 5 more times. Your return is 27%. 27%. So does that mean you can lock this thing up at list price because it's a 27% cash on cash return? No. Anybody can lock this up at list price, guys. You have to get a discount. I don't care if it cash flows 20% at its asking price. The name of the game, the business that we provide is Deal Finder. And you're not finding a deal by sending a buyer a house that is already for sale on Zillow. You are simply not. So we got this at 60. That's really good. That's really good. So let's run this at 60. I'm now going to do it for the second time. 60,000, but wait a second. We charge an assignment fee. 65,000. We got it at 60, but we charge 5K to the buyer. 65,000 to the buyer, okay? When you hear 65, you should think of look at the comps for this person. Don't use, you could use Rentcast or Zillow. Look at the comps on Zillow. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Rowan's buying an M2 comp. So look at this. We got a kid in the chat. He's 19 years old. He dropped out of college. I don't condone that, but he dropped out of college because he was making a lot of money from wholesaling. He's got like a 30K deal in closing. You know what he's buying? M2 competition at 19. He started 6 months ago. And he's literally copying an M2 competition. So there we go. Adam Teets, yes, we can. Let me finish this example. I got to do it 4 more times. So when you hear 16.5 or 65, you think 13 down. Your interest rate is probably 7.3%, cheaper price. Your monthly payment's $356. Okay, so 1450 times 0.8 is 1160. Subtract 356. Subtract 250 for taxes and insurance. You're making $554 per month. Multiplied by 12, you're making $6,650 per year. Divided by the total cost of entry, which is now significantly less. It's only $18,000. You're going to be making a 37% cash on cash return. 37%. So Richard, why did you get a 5K assignment? Why'd you get a 5K assignment? Well, it's pretty damn simple. Yes, I only call on the MLS. Now let's do this 3 more times. So I'm going to do this 3 more times. I'm literally going to put in a max price point of $110,000. And I'm going to click on the first property I see for $110,000. There's the first one I saw for $110,000. So first things first, what does it rent out for? First things first. Well, I have a guess. It's always good to guess because then you can start having pattern recognition. I think this goes for about, I bet it goes for like $1,475. I bet it goes for $1,475. How much would it be for 5 mentor sessions? Damn, was I wrong about $1,475? Was I wrong as hell? It's actually $1,200. So how much would it be for 5 mentor sessions? I do one-on-ones. You can book me for a one-on-one. Not an exorbitant amount of money. I tell you what, if you wanted to do 5, book me for 1, and I'll give you a deal for the other 4. Okay. So I'll tell you what, we'll do a package deal together. Okay. We'll do a financing deal of sorts, because that's my name. That's the name of the game for me. Book the first one via the link in my bio. And if you want to do 4 more, I will give you a significantly better rate for the other 4. Okay. So this thing is a bad deal. Fundamentally, it's a bad deal. Not necessarily for other purposes, like you could create a finance it and it could be a good deal. Or if you buy this with a DSCR loan, it's kind of a bad deal. If you buy it as a fix and flip, it could be a good deal because you've got a flipped house and it's fully flipped. Maybe you want to live in this thing. If you want to live in this thing, 110,000, great. 110K house to live in. But as far as investing, not great. So we already have tenants in place. How much are they paying? They're not telling you how much the tenants are paying. Let me ask. Let me call the realtor, see how much the tenants are paying. Frozen on YouTube? I'll fix it. I started wholesaling on market properties, man. On market properties. So we didn't get a hold of the realtor here. And that's all well and good. Guys, I'm trying to fix my camera. I know it's bad. Let me try to fix it. Hold up. Come on, camera. Come on. You're gonna work for me, right? Oh, it's not working. Hold on. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. YouTube, TikTok, whatever, whoever you are. Wait 1 sec. I'm gonna try to fix this. Oh, come on, man. Oh, come on. Just work for me. Just work. Are you going to work? Please work. Please don't cause issues. You're too expensive for that. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Why? We were having such a good live stream. Well, TikTok, you can do questions while I wait for my camera to work. Guys, it's not that my camera doesn't work. My MacBook camera is working just fine, but that's not the camera I want to use. I want to use the good camera. Why? What could have happened? Are you a licensed real estate? Can I do this with that one? None of us have licenses. 2 30K deals. Can you bring me on stage? Generally speaking, 30K deals aren't deals, but we will check them out. I'm going to do questions here. Your YouTube Calendly link URL is invalid. Click it via the link in my bio. Link in my bio on Instagram, okay? I'm man, dude, my camera's black. I don't know what to do. I know everybody on TikTok can see, but my camera on. Okay, well, I'll have to use my other camera, I guess. That's really unfortunate. I really didn't want to do that, but we'll try the other one later. I'll try to use the other one later. YouTube, edit, 3 hours, camera. Oh, I can't change the damn camera while I'm live. It won't let me change it. I'm going to try one more time, guys. I'm going to try to fix it one more time because we've never had a permanent issue before. This would be our first time having a permanent issue. Come on. Somebody's unmuted on the stage. Sorry, guys. I'm trying. Yeah, there's nothing to be done. It's just unfortunate when that happens because it just derails the whole live stream. Oh, there we go. Yeah, hello, hi. Gosh, I'm sorry about that. Can someone send the Discord link? Yeah, you just go hold my hand wholesale on Google. Here. It says not no credit, no money. That's okay. Sorry about that, guys. I'm sorry. We're good to go. Anyways, we were doing cash on cash return. Cash on cash return. So this is the cash on cash return for this deal. So this is a really bad deal. I know as soon as I see it, and I want you to know as soon as you see it. It's not a really bad deal if you want to live in the property. It's a great deal if you want to live in the property. It's a bad deal if you're looking to rent the property. Here's why. Let's say you get it for $110,000. Right? My screen is shared. $110,000. What's your down payment on 110? $22,000. $22,000. Interest rate is going to be 7%. Then we're looking at a $600 monthly payment plus $250 for taxes and insurance. $608 plus $250. Your monthly payment is $858. You rent out for $1,200. You multiply that by 0.8. You're looking at $960. Now you subtract your $858. Do I need to do this further, guys? You can already see it's bad. You're making $102 per month. You multiply that by 12. You're looking at $1,224. You divide that by your down payment of $27,000. Guys, that's a terrible ROI. It's literally a 4% ROI. Do you see how quickly your deal can go to shit, so to speak? See how quickly it can turn into a terrible deal? It's like you need to see this and know. You need to see this property and you need to know bad almost as soon as you look up the rent. Let's do it again. This guy's asking for $110,000. He's a bigger property. By the way, I just tested my link. It's working. My sign-up link for the one-on-one's fully working. I just tested it. It's no problem. Okay, so this thing rents out for about $1,390 per month. So we have $1,390 multiplied by 0.8 gives you $1,100. Now you subtract your monthly payment, which is literally the same as our other one because it's still $110, and you're looking at $250 monthly. Multiply that by 12, you're looking at $3,000 yearly. Divide that by your total entry cost. Your total entry cost is 22 plus 7 or plus 5 for closing costs. So you're looking at 27,000. I'm going to do it one more time and then I'm going to explain it again. So I said I'd do it 5 more times. I did 5 times. That's 4 times, guys. That's 4. Let's do it again. Okay, here's one. $84,000. How does the house look? The house looks like it's rentable. I'm going to do it really, really, really slowly right now. And go ahead and ask your question. Ready? Copy and paste the address into Zillow. Figure out your rent. It's $1,350. Multiply your rent by 0.8 for expenses. It's now $1,080. take the price of 85 and put it into Zillow calculator, put it into your mortgage calculator. Your down payment is 20%. Your monthly payment is $466, but you also have taxes and insurance. Monthly payment $716. Income $1080. Subtract 716 from 1080. Multiply by 12. Divide by total entry cost. Total entry is down payment plus closing costs. That is $22K. That's almost a 20% ROI. Now let's see if I can do it in 30 seconds. I'm going to set a stopwatch for 30 seconds. I'm going to find the property and I'm going to see if I can do cash on cash return in 30 seconds, just to show you how easy it is. Ready? Finding a random property. Let me find a random property. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, here's the house. First things first, put it into Zillow. Zillow is going to lag because that's just the name of the game with Zillow. Yep, there's that lag. Let's go ahead and do it again. Boom. Boom, tell me the rent. Just tell me the rent. Tell me, most of my time used on rent. Rent is 1912. 1912 times 0.8 is 1529. It looks like the property is offered for 209. If we put 209 into the calculator, your down payment is $42,000. You're probably looking at a 7% interest rate, 1111, 1111 plus 250. Monthly payment 1361. Subtract this from 1361. You're making $168 per month. Multiplied by 12, you're making $2,000 per year. Divided by 42 plus 5 is $47,000. And stop. For whatever reason, it didn't give me my calculation. But that's how long it would have taken me if I hadn't clicked the wrong button right there. Your cash on cash return would have been really bad. Like really, really, really bad. You're paying $1,361 and you're bringing in 1900 times 0.8, 1520 minus 1361. You're making $159 per month. Multiplied by 12, you're making $1,900 per year. Divided by $47,000 equals, it's a 4% ROI. 4%. 20% should be your goal. And the last time I'm going to say this, guys, is going to be the actual formula. It'll be the actual formula. Your rental income times 0.8. Subtract your full mortgage payment with taxes and insurance. Multiply this by 12. Divide this by your down payment, 20% of your purchase price after assignment fee, plus your closing costs. And that's your formula. So let's look at some that are good, because ultimately we can just look at things and say good or bad. So I'll just look at things and tell you good or bad. This thing right here is a 3-bed, 1-bath. It's listed for 90. I will know just by the purchase price, just by the rent, where we need it. So the rent lets us know that we need this at, well, it's a $1,280 rent. And if the rent is $1,280 and they're asking 90, I'd probably want to get this for no more than 68,000. Probably 68,000. Okay. Let's look at another one. This guy's asking for $90,000. Let's see the rent. If the rent is higher, like $1,400, we can offer more. The rent is $1,200, $68,000. Let's look at another one. Maybe over here this time. Yeah. Okay. $75,000 house right here. What's it going to rent out for? It's only been here for a singular day. Wow. And that's a banger. That's a banger right there. That's perfect. And that's a deal and a half. That's 20% cash on cash at list price. 20% cash on cash at list price. My only concern is your condition. Your condition is interesting. Let's call. Let's see if we can get this under contract. So that would be an amazing deal, but it needs a little bit of renovation. It needs a little bit of renovation. So I don't really know where we need to be on this, but I'm interested. Where's the house? Detroit. No mortgage on it. Owned for 9 years. Primary residence, it looks like. Tax delinquent. Okay. I could make a couple offers. It just went on the market today. Let's do it in real time. I've already gotten one deal today. Let's do another one. Detroit's just a market I've been obsessed with lately, but I've also been obsessed with Cleveland. I used to love Indianapolis, Memphis. We're calling the realtor right now, and it's the first day of listing. Do you think if you list a property on day one, you'll probably pay attention to your phone or not pay attention to your phone? I think it's the latter. I'm a realtor, and I would like to list your property for sale. By the way, if a buyer calls, I will not be answering the phone. I have other things to do. But what if it's the first day of listing? Because then wouldn't you be excited about the listing? I don't care. I'm not going to answer my phone. No, it's the first day of your house being for sale. But no, I'm busy. I'm busy, and I will not be talking to buyers. I was just making sure. Okay, questions for the rest of today. Starting with probably this guy A. Sorry, it won't show me your name, but you're green and your username starts with an A.
What's up, Richard?
Riley, I'm gonna do questions. How you doing, man? I'm doing well. What's up with you?
Good. I had sent you over some photos because this isn't under contract yet, but I sent them over to your DMs at the start of the live stream.
Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, no worries.
Saginaw, cool. Love it. Secondary market.
So it's a quadplex, 3 1-bed, 1-bath, and 1 2-bed, 1-bath. They owe 102. Their loan is for 104 at 6.7%.
I love the pivot to creative financing. Yes. Very, very excited about this opportunity here. The interior looks good. They're low equity. So to reiterate what he said, if they sell house, lose money because of mortgage. They're going to lose money on the sale because of their mortgage. You could probably offer up to, because it's a quadplex, probably up to $14K to take over the debt, and we could still sell it.
He accepted $3,500, and there's no realtor at all. So I'm just waiting on the mortgage statement from her currently, and then I was going to generate the contract and send it to her.
Lightning leads deal?
No, Zillow. It's been on market for 215 days.
Agent owner?
No, there was an agent, but since we have to do this as a trust, she had never closed a transaction like this before, so she backed out of her contract with her client. So the seller was willing to work with me just directly.
Good agent, man. Good agent. Guys, what kind of person is presented with something where they can make money, but they've never done it before? So they're like, I'm sorry, I can't advise you on this. This is great. Wow. Love it. You're a stud, dude. You're an absolute stud. How many calls does this take you?
Like maybe 5, 6.
I have this sold.
Not too long.
I sell this for $14,000 tomorrow.
Okay. Well, as long as I get the mortgage statement and everything's good, I mean, I'm going to put it under contract. And she seemed willing to move forward at $3,500. I told her maybe $4,000 and she said, okay.
I will quite literally make you $14,000 tomorrow. I will do it again. I did it on this live stream with that person who showed me their deal. I will do this with you tomorrow. I just can't market it to my buyers until it's under contract. May I pretty please bring you up tomorrow?
Yeah, no worries. I'll be here at 5. Well, I'm Eastern time, so I guess 2:00 for you tomorrow or whenever you start the live stream.
Dude, this is big bucks. You know, this is big bucks right here. You won't have to work for months off of this fee. What is your username? It won't show me.
It's Aaron_Smith 1206.
Tomorrow at 1:45, remind me to bring up Aaron_Smith.
Okay, I added it.
My dog, and we just froze. Somebody says, isn't that kind of high? Guys, here's the thing. It's a 109K property, and it's a quadplex. Quadplexes are more desirable. And because quadplexes are more desirable, we can do higher entry fees. You may have noticed that I just sold a 70K deal for 20K or 15K down. That's 20% down. As I said, guys, if the price point is low, the down payment is significantly less important because the price is low and the down payment has a much smaller effect. So, dude, what an amazing deal. How old are you?
19.
You're 19, bro. What's the biggest check what's the biggest check you've ever seen?
Like 25, $3,000.
You're literally about to see minimum $10,000. Minimum 10,000. The only thing that could derail this is 1, contract doesn't get signed, or 2, it's actually in wrecked condition and we didn't know about it.
Yeah, that's the only issue that I'm kind of worried about, but I'm somewhat local, so I may be able to go out to the property and kind of check it out myself, but it's an out-of-state investor, and she hasn't been to the property in a year and a half, so.
What a G. Oh my goodness, 19 years old. And if you guys are like, why would it sell for that much? Well, dude, get this. If you're buying that house normally, your down payment is $22,000 and he just got it for $35,000 down, meaning that a buyer would love to pay up to $17,000 or $18,000, maybe even more than that. What is your interest rate on here? It doesn't really matter if it's a bad interest rate because it's a low price point and it'll still cash flow, but what's your interest rate on it? Like 5 or 6?
It's 6.7, but I haven't confirmed it with the mortgage statement yet.
no
That's
problem.
just what PropStream said.
It's no problem. My brain tells me the balance is probably 100 and something, as you said, and that the mortgage payment is probably no more than $793.
Yeah, she said it was like 820, I believe.
See that, guys? I didn't do any actual math in there, but I was $27 off of the mortgage payment. Dude, that's a deal and a half, and at 19 years old, I'm so proud. Good job. How long have you been in the Discord?
It's been like 2.5 months now, but I haven't really. I mean, I just started calling like 3 to 4 weeks ago.
That's what it takes. Just consistency like that. That's beautiful. Good job, dude. I'm so glad I brought you up. Oh my God. So I'm going to see if I can sell this on live for content purposes to that buyer I just called earlier, or a plethora of other buyers who'd be interested in something like this. Good shit, dude. Good job. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
Perfect. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
See ya. Bye-bye. Guys, $3,500 down for a quadplex. That is value. Hold on. I'm going to fix my camera. Hopefully. Allow me to fix my camera again. Jeez. You guys, oh my God. Wow. It should come back on momentarily. Please come back on this time. Please. Yes, we're back. How much would rent be there? It's a quadplex and it's in Saginaw, and Saginaw is kind of a rough area. So I'm guessing they're getting anywhere from $600 to $700 per month. I bet some tenants are on $600. I bet one's on $500, and I bet 2 are on $700. Call it $1,400 plus $1,100. That is $2,500, I'm guessing, and I think the payment's probably about $800. Who won? The names are posted on my YouTube right now. Wow, what a deal! I want to say Alex was next. Hi, Alex. Bless us with your British accent.
Oh, thank you. I'll try. So I think I've just pinged over a couple screenshots of emails and like a spreadsheet thing that I made up for this deal. This is the mortgage takeover with the 4 properties I was on about last week or something.
Okay.
3 duplexes and 1 quadruplex. So I emailed them the offer that you talking me through and stuff. But they've counter offered saying that the seller wants the main thing for the seller is cash on sale. So they've pitched back with I think I've sent you a screenshot, but they've pitched back with 2 offers of a sub 2 deal with cash price, but they want 210 cash down, or a sub 2 with a seller finance, but they want 100 cash down for the seller finance. And I'm trying to figure out how to counter correctly, because I think the deal might be dead, but I'm wondering how to counter in order to keep it alive.
Is it Cochrane?
Pardon?
Cochrane Street?
Yeah, the Cochrane Houston. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm pulling up the property. I just need to know what it is.
Yeah, no stress.
Oh, it's beautiful. Wow, stunning.
Yeah, they're quite nice. They don't seem to need anything doing up. I think one of them are rented out right now. I haven't fully checked, but yeah, I'll double check occupancy.
Dude, this guy who says I got kicked out of the Discord and I never commented anything, we didn't kick you out. It's like Netflix. What happens if you don't pay your Netflix bill? What happens if you don't pay any bill?
You get kicked off.
Yeah, I didn't kick you out, bro. Your payment failed. I don't. The only reason we kick people out is like threatening group leaders or myself, hate speech, racism, sexism, homophobia, that sort of stuff. We don't kick people out. Like, dude, you could say Richard Taylor is the fattest and ugliest, stupid scammer I've ever seen. I'd be like, all right, cool. For example, you know that guy who came on stage and he was like, man, I thought you were supposed to be a professional. And he was like saying all this crazy stuff. I didn't kick him out for that. I was just like, all right, I guess you hate me. Fine, whatever. Now go find me a deal that I can sell. Okay. Anyways, so just one other thing that I have to say. Whoever skip traced my mom and my sister, why? Mom says, hi, Rich. A very uncomfortable thing just happened. A guy named Josh Godfrey called me asking if I was Richard's mother, then saying he needed help buying a house. Why? If somebody calls you like that, I would just hang up the phone. Do not talk to that person. If you're an individual who is skip tracing influencers' parents and family members to talk to them, do not speak to that person. I already paid somebody's rent. Michelle, I paid 3 people's rent. Josh Godfrey, why, bro? Why? What do you gain from that? Nothing. You gain nothing. Yeah. Anyway, sorry about that, Alex. I got a crazy text from mom. They didn't want to do seller finance on this. They wanted to do cash, but they wanted a big, or maybe they wanted a bigger cash down payment. What was it?
Yeah, so they wanted a bigger cash down payment. So they said the seller needs cash essentially.
So generally speaking, yeah. So let's do the call, okay? But first things first, I want to see if it would be a good one for the checkmate pitch. So it's a duplex for $290. What does it rent out for?
So this is the thing. I've got the rent out for 3.2. So I contacted them about the duplex, and they mentioned how they wanted a sub to it in the description. And so I brought that up, and they said that the sub 2 deal is only for 4 separate properties, because it's a big loan basically the previous owner is an investor, and he took out a big loan for 4 properties. So if he subtoed the loan, he'd have to subto all 4 properties. So that's why all 4 of those properties are there. So I then took on the tried to take on subtoing all properties, which he sort of taught me through a hybrid deal. I pitched that, and they came back saying, we went back and forth a bit, and they've come up saying that they need cash on. They need cash for the deal. It can't be a 60K down payment for the seller finance.
We'd probably come up, bro. We'd probably come up on that. What is the total asking price they have?
Total asking price is for their seller finance deal is 1.215 mil. The sub 2 is 897, and so there'd be a seller finance of, what is that, 318 is what they want.
Okay. How long has it been there?
It's they haven't been there for long.
Okay. So
yeah,
you could probably nearly double your down payment. But we have to understand rent versus income first. So the loan is costing, I want to say $7,000 per month or so. Do you know what it could bring in total?
So PITI is $8,008. That's what they told me.
Okay.
What it can bring in all 4 properties, I've calculated to be about 12.6K.
Occupied?
That's why I'm a bit.
Or vacant?
I don't know about occupancy. The pictures don't seem like they're occupied.
So let's send them some math. Let's send them some math. We're gonna send them this. I'm gonna do a little math on it. I don't think your deal is necessarily dead or so. I would do 12. You say rent is what? 12,500?
600 total across all properties.
I'm gonna do a little math here, and I'm gonna type it in the chat for everybody to see. So $12,600 multiplied by 0.8 cap X and vacancy equals.
I've got that at 10,080.
Thanks. 10,080. 10,080. And then you have a perhaps. Yes, absolutely. I can bring you up and help you. Then you have 10,080 minus the PITI of $8,000 equals
2,072.
2,002. And then 2,000. This is cash on cash return, guys. 2,000, 072 times 12 equals about 24 something.
Oh, do you want the exact number?
24,864.
Yeah, okay.
Divided by, I feel like our guys would be willing to break some rules. Offer them $100,000 down. Your cash on cash return is strong.
100,000 for a seller finance deal.
Yeah, 100K down. Say I could finance the rest. And because I don't think we could go above that, I'd say maybe you start at 90, but dude, your cash on cash return works well. Because what I'm thinking is you're making 24 a year off of this. 100K down is a 24% cash on cash return. That's really, 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 really good. That's great.
Okay.
So I think you should. I know it actually doesn't break our rules. That's 10%, dude. That's 10% of their asking price. 10% down. Yeah. Put 100 down, man. Put 100 down. We could sell that.
Yep. So just to clarify for the deal, so sub to the 897, they want a remainder of 318, and put 100 down for the 318.
I want you to negotiate on their asking price. If they're asking 1.1, maybe offer them $1 million so that the seller carryback is less, and then maybe try to finance the remaining 100K at like $300 per month.
Okay.
Maybe 400, but do your calculation. I wouldn't let the return go below 14.
Yeah.
So you can
they're in,
you can add the
So
300
they're-
or 400 to the PITI for the payment, and then use your 100K to figure out the cash on cash, and you're probably good to do monthly payments as long as it's like 14% or above. Ideally 15%, because that just looks really nice to buyers. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say their initial asking price is 1.25. So if I bring them down to 1.1, do you think we'd be able to do a deal there,
Well,
or are we really looking for that flat one?
it doesn't matter too much. I'm just trying
Okay.
to lower their need for payments. I'm trying to lower in
Yeah.
their head their need for payments. I'm thinking about their counter to you offering 300 a month. Like I'm thinking a step ahead. I'm thinking, you offer 300 a month and they're like, I can't do that. It's 200K of equity. And you're like, well, maybe it's 100K of equity because you've made a different offer. But it doesn't, the purchase price doesn't really matter. It's just, I'm trying to make it easier pill for them to swallow.
Okay, brilliant. I'll come to that and hopefully get back to you with good news.
You've definitely found something. This is great. To pick up 4 properties in Houston for 100K. Awesome, man.
All right, sick. Cheers, Richard.
One other thing I would say, you're just listening in the audience now, but one other thing I would say, man, see if the rent could be higher. Like, don't fudge the numbers, but maybe double check on that. If the rent's a little bit higher, we can market it as more. Miss the winners. I'll tell everybody's been asked about the winners. I'll tell you the winners. Here are our winners. These are the winners of the challenge if you guys would like to screenshot. Those are our winners. I will say, remember, $2,500, it's pennies when it comes to an assignment fee. Literal pennies. Like, guys, that's a $20,000 check right there from October. It's not an old check. $20,000 check from October. So it's like, dude, $2,500, I understand it feels like a lot of money, but in terms of wholesaling real estate, it's nothing. $2,500 I made $2,500 on this stream. I picked a random, you just need to learn a new skill. We just need to level up your understanding. So if you're not in a position to take action, it doesn't cost money to take action. It is fully free to take action. But if you're not in a position to take action, meaning that your mental is such that you have such low confidence in yourself that you don't think you can learn a new skill, even if you know it's real and see it in real time. If you're not in a position to take action, fine. Just keep watching and let me chip away at you. What do I mean by chipping away at you? You're going to keep seeing me. We're going to get to know each other. And I'm going to be like, got another check, 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 got another check. And you're going to be like, okay, what? Okay. All right. Let me just see. Let me chip away at you. Okay. So just look, if you don't have the self-confidence to think that you could learn real estate, which I know you think real estate needs money. I know you think real estate money. Just keep watching, because the real truth of the matter is 12-year-old Anson Lee did this. 12-year-old Anson Lee did a deal for $3K. The $2,500, you're like, oh, no, I didn't get it. Well, dude, Anson Lee did a deal for, well, fine. I hate showing this. I've showed it so many times, but guys, look. This is month 1 and he was 12. See this house right here? Somebody flipped it, right? Scroll down. This property was listed for sale at, am I sharing my screen? Yes. This property was listed for sale at 80. A 12-year-old offered 55. They said yes. And this buyer, who I'm about to show you right here, free buyer, wait for it. I got to pull up his info. And this buyer picked it up for 55,000. So, or I'm sorry, he picked it up for 55. Anson got it for 52. That's it. It was listed for 80. A 12-year-old, I'll give you the 12-year-old's information. The 12-year-old got it for 52, and the buyer ended up paying 55. Here's the 12-year-old. This is him. He's literally 12 years old. Hit him up. He'll hop on a call with you. This guy will literally hop on a call with you if you talk to him. Anyways, I don't know. I just like, you got this, bro. You got this. Where am I showing this info? I was just showing TikTok, but it's also on Discord. You got this. You got it in the bag. I feel that, man. I feel that. It says there's just so many scams, it's hard to trust. I get that. I truly get that. There's a lot of scams. In fact, you're being scammed right now by people impersonating my account and trying to sell you cryptocurrency. So you know what? Valid. Very valid. I'm sorry that I was quite abrupt with you in regards to that because, yeah, there's a lot of scams. But, dude, I'm going to chip away at you over time. I'm going to chip away at you. That's this whole marketing thing. Marketing chips away at you over time. Anyways. Let's keep talking to people. I want to say that Maria Dame. Hi.
Hey, sorry. I go by Maddie.
Maddie, hi. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing so well today. I'm very excited about this business. What can I help you with?
Okay, so I've got two that I found. Both of them are in Detroit, and they are for sale by owner. I am so sorry. I'm driving, so I'm going to just screenshot my note and send it to you. But both of them have really low listing prices, and I think that I might have typed 30K. My fingers are fat, so I mistyped.
That's okay.
But
that's okay.
I'm gonna send this.
I will not share.
Actually,
the address.
how do I do?
I see an address in my DMs. Is it going to be the one that you sent on the 28th of January on Ellery?
Oh, that one's interesting. They have not gotten back to me, but I am super interested in it because I think that one was a triplex. But the other two are the ones that I'm working on now are the ones that they're cash deals, and those are in Detroit. And I just sent you the screenshot.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and check these out right now.
Okay.
So guys, generally speaking, when people tell me they got a house for 30K, my first thought process is it might have been listed at 50K. And usually 50K houses are either in a really dangerous area or in too bad of condition to wholesale. So I'm going to check it out. Okay.
The first one, I did look up the crime ratings, and there was one shooting, I think of maybe like a couple miles away, if I'm not wrong. And then the rest of them were just obviously not the greatest, but they're assaults.
This is for sale by owner. So this guy's for sale by owner at 20,000. Honestly, I don't think there's anything to do with properties like this. So it's just that it's the price point in the area. And I don't want to out the address, but I do want to show just what the area could look like in a place like this. Generally speaking, the whole neighborhood is dilapidated. Okay. So it says almost move-in ready. Call if interested. Only interested buyers. Okay, almost move-in ready. They say, but it looks like it needs a lot of work. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can find the address. So let me see if I can find this address right here. Boom.
I do these two. I just found today, like within the last 8 hours, and I was at work, so I hadn't got a chance to call back. But I've spoken to both of them, and I did do a little bit of the research. The first one owes back taxes, but it's like less than $1,000.
So we need.
Because I'll be honest, like my interest is the fix and flip. That's really the niche that I'm interested in going into. But again, I'm just kind of open to anything. So yeah,
I'm gonna check it. I'll check it. Okay, I'll check it, guys. Here's the thing with 20K houses or 30K houses. The reason you never see me go after them is because we have to get a discount for people, and there's just not that much of a discount to be had. Like even if we get it for 10K, it's like we only have a 10K discount, and it's like the nature of our game is getting a house for a discount, and it's like, damn, it's already so discounted. Even if it is a good deal at 20K, it's like we gotta get these things at like real discounts. And if they're already offering that price and it's not under contract, there's something else going on. So I guess first things first, I'll go to spot crime as you already did. Sounds like there may have been a shooting there. I'm gonna look it up. Click search. Come on, work for me. Yeah, you got one shooting. It's kind of far away though. I see that. It says it's a duplex. It is a duplex. It's almost really hard to comp because I just don't know what's wrong with it. So we do multifamily and we price these things high to low. So I guess this is sort of my concern. My concern is that these are two of your comps right here that are listed as multifamilies, and both of them sold for about 100K. And it's hard for me to put into words, but guys, I generally wouldn't go after any houses listed below probably 60. Probably 60 would be the lowest because there's usually something wrong with the area, usually something wrong with the comps. But, you know, imagine this, you know, let's say we get it for 5. I tell you what, if you get it for 5, we'll shoot our shot. Maybe 7, we'll shoot our shot. It's just, it's really, really hard when houses are in areas like this where the ARV is so low. We just have a plethora of properties selling for like 25K to 40K. And it just is, they're usually too good to be true deals. So I've never wholesaled a house when the house is listed for that cheap. You know, they're almost always listed for like $60,000 or $70,000 when they're really, really cheap cash deals, either because the area is just not really appreciating, not very many fix and flips. Like we don't have any fix and flips in this area. Like we just don't really have anybody who's doing a lot of flipping here. So it makes it challenging, you know, it makes it really challenging. And I would say you should probably focus on properties listed closer to like 70 or 80K. But for context, like we've got a large multifamily here and it sold for 70K. You know, it's like the area is full of really, really cheap houses. It's not quite a place that people would want to invest, largely because of sales like, you know, this one on my screen right here. Check this guy out that I just put in the chat. You know, this is a duplex for $26,000. There's something up with this area, and it's just not quite where people are renovating right now. That's what I'd say. So Maddie, I'd probably go for more expensive properties. I'd go for slightly more expensive ones because anytime an investor sees that, it's almost like a too good to be true thing. And generally it's the area or the property or, you know. But I will say, you're welcome.
So can I run something by you for the first one? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were talking. Sorry.
That's how I started.
I'm kind of lagging.
I locked up like 4 or 5 properties that are like 30 or 40K. I just locked up a ton of 30 or 40K properties, and none of them ended up selling. So every market will have like 20 or 30K properties. It just they don't really sell too well, and it's hard for me to answer why, but it's a combination of the area, the comps that are selling nearby it, the condition, the violence, the lack of renovated houses there. So I started like that too, and I just didn't have a lot of success with it until I started to get like really good properties for those prices after making an offer.
Okay. Now that first property that I sent you a couple of weeks ago, I hadn't heard back from the seller, and I did try to call them several times, but will you kind of walk me through it just to see if like the mentality that I had was right on that one?
Sure.
As far as like what the numbers look like.
Yes, absolutely. Let's look up this one. So hopefully slightly more expensive this time. Yeah, we probably got to get you to take the cash courses again, because this is a townhouse. Ellery Street is a townhouse. It looks like it's also for rent on Zillow. So looks like it's a townhouse for rent right now. Unless you found the entire property for sale, and maybe it's for sale elsewhere. Sale. Okay, so
I was gonna say I was only looking on Zillow, on the actual website, not Zillow for rent.
So maybe I'm wrong here, but when I look up the address right here, this is that address that you sent me. It comes up with a townhouse that's listed for rent. It is possible that this thing is also listed for sale. It could also be listed for sale. That does happen. Let's see if we can find out where that was. Oh man, this would be really hard to. Did you see a Zillow listing? What was it listed for?
Yeah, the Zillow listing was for. Ooh, hold on. I'm gonna have to go back.
Okay, so there's that rental listing. Let me see if it's also for sale. So it's not looking like it's for sale right now. I will reset all of my filters. Yeah, so this right here, this listing that you sent me, at least on Zillow and maybe somewhere else. This is the address, right? It's going to be 3801 Ellery Street, right? Yeah, 3801 Ellery Street.
Yep.
So these purple dots mean for rent. Red dots mean for sale. Yellow dots mean sold. So when I click for sale on this, the house, I don't think it's for sale right now. So this is the house, and when we click on it, it shows up as an off-market deal. So it's not that the house is bad; it's just not for sale right now. It's for rent right now.
I wonder if they took it off, because I know that it was on there for sure. But
I'm sure
I wonder if they took it off of the actual market and then just decided to put it.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's what happened. That does happen. So that could have happened. That's very, very possible. So perhaps what they did is they just were thinking, I'm going to rent this out. I'm not going to sell it. It doesn't look like it's actually selling. So that could happen. What were they looking for a price?
I think actually it's funny because I had posted it in one of the Discord live streams that we were on. Wow. And I can't find it, and I think I might have deleted it on my list of properties that I've been looking at.
I would say it just, if you're trying to do the cash deal thing that we just did on this live stream, it really just comes down to what it rents out for and what it brings in. And I think it's really easy to do this on single family houses. One thing to look out for, guys, is areas like this. You see my screen right now? I would run when areas look like this. I don't have any filters in place, and the highest priced house is $79K, and it's been there for 152 days. This is what I mean by people don't love to invest in areas like this. So if you look at the sales here, I'll just read down the list of your neighbors' houses: 20K, 15K, 25K, 12K, 8K, 85K, 25, 42, 12, 12, 15. So this area is like the deep, deep, deep hood. And it is honestly, if you ever see dots saying like, a lot of them, guys, not necessarily all of them have to be higher, but if a lot of them are like between 10 and 30 and $40,000, chances are you're in a very, very scary hood. And I would leave immediately. More so, we want to see properties that are listed for higher, like this. Like I can see that there's a 35K listing right here. I see that 35K listing, but look at everything else. Everything else there's a 40K listing even, right? But most of the other properties are listed significantly higher than that. So it's not like it has to be perfect, guys. But if all you're seeing is like really, really cheap areas, I'd move away from it. Like for example, this house right here, I'd say there's nothing that we can do with the property like this. I get it, ugly houses, big checks, guys, but you got to understand this thing is totaled. The ARV is 100K and the rehab is 60K. There's no deal that works on this. We're just waiting for the property to be condemned. So that's what I would say. Anyways, go for slightly higher expenses, Maddie, or slightly higher prices, Maddie.
Okay. I actually just got word back from another house that I've been looking at closer to home, and I toured this one myself, but there was a foundational issue. Would you recommend that we kind of steer clear of those, or it just depends on the numbers as well?
Depends on the ARV. So if you have a house for 70K with a foundation issue, but the ARV is 200,000, that's a deal. It just depends on the numbers. So there's two.
ARV is not quite there yet.
Yeah, there's two questions at the end of the day. If I rent out the property, can I get 20% of my money back year one? And If I renovate the property, will there be room to sell it for a profit after I pay my realtor? Those are the only two questions we answer in cash deals. I'll say it one more time, guys. If I rent out my property, can I get more than 20% of my money back after expenses on year one? And if I flip the property, can I flip it after putting in all renovation costs and still make a lot of money from the deal? And those are the only two questions that matter here. Anyways, hey, I got to move on. I got a big list of people to get through. Is that okay?
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Talk soon. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay.
I'm trying to go by order. I think Playa guy, beach guy. Playa.
Yeah, it's me.
Hi.
Thanks, Richard.
How are you?
Hey, bud. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well today. Good energy today. How can I help you?
So I was looking at a property in Detroit, and I got working with the realtor, but unfortunately, they came back from I did a cash offer, and then pivoted with a creative finance offer. They were open to those type of offers. When they came back with the offer, they wanted 40 to 50% down. Now, this is a duplex that does have more like a quadplex. There's the basement's finished, and there's a 2-1 and a 1-1 in the basement, along with the 3-1 and a 3-1 duplex. I just don't know if it's something that
I would stick to your low. They don't want to seller finance. Anytime somebody's like, I need 40 or 50% down, they're not interested in seller financing. So anytime I hear that, I'm like, oh, all right, go back to my other offer. So I'd go back to your other offer and say, hey, this is where I'm in. What's the house listed for?
130.
What is it? A duplex? You said?
I'm sorry, 160. It's listed at,
and it's a duplex.
It's a duplex in Detroit.
Do you know what they owe on it?
It's free and clear.
Okay, cool. Is it renovated?
It is fully renovated. There is no one in place. There's no tenants.
Cool.
And he thinks that the rents could be $1,500 a side.
We have to put ourselves in the seller's shoes. So how did the house get into fully renovated condition?
Yeah.
They put a lot of work into it. They probably put a ton of money and a ton of work. So the idea of seller financing directly contradicts their desired outcome. Their desired outcome is to renovate the property for a big lump sum of change and then go ahead and do it again. Now, if that's not happening and they're getting a down payment, they're much more likely to accept a low ball. But also, they've got a number in mind. Whereas I'll show you a different property. So, as somebody who flips houses, I would never, ever, ever take seller finance on one of my flipped houses. I just wouldn't. It doesn't make sense to me. However, if I'm going to Detroit and I'm looking at just some of these properties and I'm like, who would be most likely to take a discount? Who would be most likely to take a discount? And I pull up a property like this. Well, how did it get like this? Blood, sweat, and tears is how it got like that. So I'm like, all right, you probably won't take a discount unless you're really down bad. Let's look at this guy. How did your house get like this? Well, it's probably been like that for 20 plus years. You don't really have a bottom line. Your bottom line is just whatever you can get, It's got a little issue right here. I don't know what that is, but it's a little minor fix right there. This could be a great opportunity that I just stumbled across. It looks like the property is a single family. It's been here for 53 days. We can go ahead and see what it rents out for and make an offer in cash and then make an offer with creative finance. And if they want 50% down, I know that they're more likely to take the cash offer. But in that person's scenario, I'm thinking, well, yeah, you did a lot of work to the property, and my seller finance offer or my lowball cash offer, it just doesn't go hand in hand with what you're looking to do. So I always try to think about, hey, what is the seller looking for? And does this align with their expectations?
Fair enough. I won't take up any more time, Richard. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I would just think about, put yourself in their shoes and be like, well, what would I want in this scenario?
Yep. That makes sense.
Yes, sir. Talk soon. All right. Okay. So I want to say Adam was next. Adam Teets, probably. Hey, Adam.
What up, Richard?
How you doing? It's a nice sidewalk there.
Good. I know, right? Camera's my way.
What's going on, man?
So, not much. I just DM'd you about one. The realtor just sent me his email. I've been working on this with Sora because he's going to go walk it. It's a triplex in New York. Perfect turnkey. I've gotten down what the biggest pain point on seller finance terms is going to be. It's the monthly payment. Everything else is negotiable. The daughter just lives off of the $4,000 to $6,000 a month off the monthly.
What does it bring in?
It brings in right now 10,000, but there's room for rentals to move up. If you were to rent everything out where it could be, you're looking more at about 11.1.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So if you get a $1.5 million multifamily on seller finance, I mean, damn, you hit the lottery. It looks like it's in a good spot of New York as well. Cool. I don't think I've ever done a New York City type deal, but this would be really, really cool if we could make something like this happen. It's so rent could be raised. So you're bringing in, I'm sorry, you say 10,000 per month? You say you're bringing in 10,000 per month? Uh-oh, I think I lost you. Well, okay. I'll tell you what.
Wait, my bad. My mic was on mute. It's 32, 32, 36 for the rent right now. It could go up to 36, 36, 39.
So what is it bringing in right now? Like 10,000?
10K flat. Yep.
$10,000 flat. Okay. Dude, it seems like you could definitely pay them $4,000 per month and cover taxes and insurance. What do they want?
My biggest concern is that their original terms, they wanted like 6% interest, but now that I've gotten that out of the way, can we backload something on this? Like backloaded interest onto the balloon if they want?
Yes. So if they want a 6% interest rate and your issue is 6% has higher payments than 4 to 5K, just say, okay, cool. Inherently, I'm trying to cash flow and your interest rate is just going to have that payment associated with it. So how about this? I will put $100,000 on top of your asking price and we'll structure payments within that.
Okay.
So yeah, give them that 4 to 5K per month, and give them $100,000 down payment, and that will sell for like 30, 40K. That's great.
Okay. And then if you have time, I have another one I'm working on with Spencer's maintenance here. So basically the realtor doesn't know that I know inside knowledge. I'm trying to do psychological warfare with Spencer on the inside, knowing the owner. And so far it's working great. The only problem is she looked up my LLC out of Arizona and she's telling the owner that it looks like a shell company and it's not a legitimate offer. Now she doesn't know I know this yet, but Spencer told me. What do I do now? Like, what's my...
Damn.
Don't die. We need you, dude. Fuck.
I just choked on so much water, guys. I would honestly be transparent with them. I'd be like, I would have him say, well, here's the thing. My company, Grant & Taylor LLC, is owned by shell companies. It's called the corporate veil. So I mean,
that's what I'm trying to get. Like, how do I overcome that? Because like, should I just tell her like, listen, this is just a personal LLC for myself to get paid through. You know, we don't like to disclose our properties through our holding companies. Like, do I go that route, or I mean,
I would just honestly, I would talk to the owner and he can say, hey, I had a conversation with the guy. This is just his LLC, so he's a W-2 of his actual company. So I'll just talk to the owner and have the owner just say, no, I want to work with this guy. I don't care that you think it's a risk. I want to work with this guy. He has to do what he wants to do.
And so I was talking with Jason, and he let me know that cap rate kind of is more important when you get over a 5 unit. And is that typically the case? Because it's a very, very poorly mismanaged Airbnb with a 20K NOI at a 1.5 cap rate. The neighboring Airbnb is a single unit doing the same NOI at an 8.5 cap rate. If this is operating comparable to the neighbor, it could bring in 80 to 100,000.
I think cap rate is a more valid metric when you're purchasing in a lump sum like hedge funds do. I think cash on cash return is more valuable when you're purchasing with seller financing because we kind of set our own terms. So, you know, I'm not really I never, ever think about cap rate. You should really know all of your expenses. But at the end of the day, man, if your monthly payment is $5,500, maybe $4,000 to them, $5,500 to taxes and insurance, and you're actively bringing in $10,000 and you take 20% off the top of your $10,000 for expenses, you're good to go. Yeah. You're good to go. So honestly, guys, I've never used cap rate to underwrite my deals. I think that guy, Steven, is much more well-versed in large multifamily than I am, but I think, I don't think it's necessary. And I haven't needed to pivot the way that I'm underwriting yet.
Okay. And so can you take a look at the Arkansas one I just sent you? That's the one I just was talking about, the Airbnb. I offered 900,000. Apparently, the seller would take that if it wasn't from a sketchy LLC. The realtor said, which
Well, why
I
don't-
know
why
the
don't-
realtor doesn't care. It's just that they get more money if it's a higher offer.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. If they're going to take it from a different LLC, why don't we just work together and you can use my LLC?
That's what I was gonna say, because I was talking to Spencer. I'm like, dude, if I have you call her and I tell, like, stage it up, like, you have the credibility. You can show her all that too, and like from you.
It's 7 years old. My LLC was active in 2019, so I have a 7-year-old LLC, and
Mine's open since 2019 also, so I'm so confused on what I did wrong. I'm like,
yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Well, maybe I can leverage my following. I can be like, look, dude.
that's what I was thinking, is if you show her, like, because I haven't really exposed all the, what I do. I basically got over like, hey, some of these projects we just may assign to one of our other better fit investors for this that we work with. So it's,
when it's big properties like this, it's common to raise capital for the down payment. So what I'm thinking on a scenario like this is just say, hey, my game plan here is to pitch this to 1 or 2 different investors. Those 1 or 2 investors will pay for the down payment and cut me in as an equity partner just for finding the deal. So yeah, we're working with somebody else, but they're literally just my capital partners, which is a very common thing. Very, very common thing. We had it happen on Jesimar's deal. He raised capital to buy the deal from us.
Okay, so like almost like a little seed fund.
Yeah. Just be like, hey, I work with a couple different investors, but here's my structure. This investor is going to pay for my down payment. I make 100 phone calls before somebody says yes, and then I'm an owner for free. And they have no way to dispute that. I mean, there could be a million different owners in an LLC, or they're just giving you a passive monthly payment off of it. But doesn't that make sense, guys? Imagine if instead of an assignment fee, you took equity and they just paid for the down payment. So I always like to say that because it's an extremely realistic excuse.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to try to schedule a call for that? Do you? I don't know what your stream schedule is looking like.
Let's bring you up tomorrow at about 2 p.m. Okay.
Okay. Oh, and when you get a second, can you check my DM about the burner phone?
Oh, did it not come?
You left out the unit number, and I tried to call Amazon, and they wouldn't talk to me because there was no tracking number.
Do you need the tracking number?
Yeah, if you give me the tracking number, I can take care of the customer support and everything.
Oh, bear with me. How long ago was that ordered?
It was like the 27th. Let me see. Yeah, 27th.
January 31st, package was left in a secure location.
Okay.
Track package.
I'll figure out what's out.
No, I got it.
No, thank you. I hope also the other night, Richard, I didn't get somebody to call you too late about.
No, you're good. Tracking ID. Yeah, here you go. I'm gonna send you.
Okay, sweet. I'll reach out to Amazon. Thank you, Richard. And then I'll be in stream tomorrow, and I will talk to the realtor in the meantime.
Absolutely. It looks like it was left at maybe some sort of delivery office for something called.
Oh, that's the complex. Yeah. Oh, they left it out front. Oh my God, that's stolen.
Whoa, man.
I'm gonna just report it as not there, and they'll resend it.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm
Sweet.
sorry.
No. That's all on you. You're all good. I appreciate it, brother.
I'm gonna say never received delivery. Package was not delivered to the location provided in the instruction. Package is not in the submit. I'm gonna say it was stolen. Perfect. I just submitted that, so hopefully that helps.
All right, sweet.
Sorry
Thank you so much, Richard, and I'll see you tomorrow.
That's frustrating. All right, catch you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Probably Steven was next. Steven 5.
Yo, what's up, Rich? How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, man. So I have a deal accepted. Initially, I was trying to pitch seller finance, but on the cash offer I gave them, they actually picked that up. And I ran the numbers, and it looks like a deal. The only thing is that the seller or the agent said seller won't sign until I give them a pre-approval.
Sure. Let me go ahead and vet your deal first, and then I will go ahead and check that out.
Yeah, it's in your DMs.
Okay, so he's just sent a deal. Oh, are we talking about Golden Gate?
No, it's the one in Minneapolis.
Golden Gate sold for $10,000, by the way. Did I tell you that? You're muted, but hopefully you heard that. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm speaking to the wrong person. Hold on. That was somebody else.
Yeah, that's a different.
Sorry. That was somebody else's deal. I clicked on Matt's DMs. Matt, your deal sold for $10,000. Okay, Minneapolis. Hey, this looks good. I'd buy something like this. What's your deal on it?
So I got it at 280 cash.
Oh. It's been there for 84 days. I've never sold a multifamily with a cash discount unless it's listed in the hundreds. I would post it on Facebook.
It brings in 4,500.
I just can't sign for something like this because I don't know if it's going to go through, but we might have somebody in the chat who will sign for it. Do we have somebody in the chat who would, what was your issue again? Can you reiterate the issue?
So the issue is that the sellers already accepted it, but the agent said that they need a pre-approval for it.
I'm going to link you with somebody. I'm going to link you with somebody who will get you one, okay? Can I get your phone number in my DMs?
Yep.
I've got a lender who will just spit one out for you.
I sent you my number.
Hey, Kelly, I've got a student here who's trying to wholesale a house, but he's saying he needs a pre-approval letter. I just wanted to connect him with you. I don't know if you still shoot those out from time to time, but I didn't want to send your letter with his name on it. So I thought I'd connect him with you. And it is a wholesale deal, but I don't know if that's something that you could do. Thanks. That's an actual lender. She might be able to help you out with that. I would help you out with that with my credibility. It's just like, I hate saying, hey, I'm going to go ahead and, sell. I'm going to go ahead and do this deal with you. And then it's like, sorry, man, we didn't do the deal. But dude, if this were seller finance, I would buy this. I would put up to probably 40K down and your fee on top of it. I'd do 40K down and your fee on top of this. If we could do seller finance, I would do 300 and I'd do 380, 40K down. And I'd probably pay them significant monthly payment. But there's your lender.
With the cash one.
There's your lender to get you pre-approval, okay?
Okay, thank you, Richard.
Talk soon. All right. Matt, what's going on?
You remember Saturday when I told you they were trying to cancel the contract?
Yeah, I said tell them that they can back out if they want, but you're gonna file a memorandum.
Yeah. I already solved it. I used like the contract terms against them, and basically they were just mad, but it's like it's feelings over, too bad.
I mean, dude, if they sign the contract, they can't back out unless they want us to file a lien on the house.
Yeah, I was kind of scared because I know it's easy for buyers to back out, but I didn't know how hard it was for sellers until after I was like, oh yeah.
Well, sellers can back out just as easy as buyers can back out. It just has to be in the terms of the contract. But dude, I'm really happy. I'm really happy you got that. I mean, don't let stuff like that go. I mean, if we hadn't have talked, I hope it wouldn't have fallen through. But that's great, man. Good job on that.
Yeah. Even like I was like, oh shit, like maybe I have to cancel. But then I was like, I went through the whole contract by myself and I just saw nothing. Everything was just, good.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about. Good problem solving, man. This business is problem solving. And by the way, these are the people who won the giveaway. I keep seeing people on TikTok asking about it. These were our winners right here. Anyways, yeah, we did the giveaway. Don't worry, I do more giveaways. In fact, I'll do another giveaway today to my Discord. I'm going to give away something today to my Discord. Is there anything else, Matt, or you just wanted to tell me that?
I just wanted to tell you that just to because you said to let you know what happened, but everything's solved. It should be going through. And tomorrow or Wednesday, the buyer should be walking it.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. How much is your fee?
Shell told me 12K. You said 10K.
Go with Shell.
So
Go with Shell.
Yeah. So 7K to me and like the rest to you guys.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. Good job, bro. Good job.
Thank you. All right. It's all thanks to your help, your checkmate pitch.
I'm happy, man. I'm happy. The checkmate pitch really works.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Richard.
Bye-bye. guys, remember, we will sell your deal for you. Just type #submit in the chat to try it right now. Test it out. #submit. You can send your deal to us. And then also, if you haven't taken the courses where you learn how to do the pitch that got him that deal, Get Started Seller Finance, Get Started Mortgage Takeover, and the cash course is now Get Started Cash. Get Started Cash. Anyways, so guys, practice right now just so you know what to do. Shell has someone walking my deal tomorrow. That's what I'm talking about. Guys, try out the new cash deals. It's really working. I'm serious. It's really working. Moises, what's going on, my guy?
What's up, my brother?
How you doing?
Chilling, trying to get to the bag.
How have deals been going, dude? I see you've been posting on social media. You closing some deals?
Yeah, I have a few in Oklahoma in the works right now. You know, I got like 4. One is flaking, which was the free one the other day. I don't know, he's ghosting, but whatever. You know, that's the name of the game. Sometimes they do that.
Is this your full time now, Moises? Are you just a wholesaler now? Is that what you do?
What's up?
Are you just a wholesaler now? Is that what you do? Are you full time in this, or you got another gig?
Nah, 100%. I'm basically focusing on this.
How's it? Because you've been doing this for 4 years, Moises. How's it going for you?
It's going all right. You know what I'm trying to say? I've had my ups and downs, but I'm sticking with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a fun journey. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, like I say, they might not know we've been here since the beginning. You feel me? Like before this was even a Discord.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. He's one of our oldest members. Moises has been here for a really long time. And you've been closing deals, man.
It's been a minute, you know what I'm saying? But definitely like on track right now to do that. You know what I'm saying? I was going through some personal things where I had to get into a better mood, you know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, I mean, I'm still on it, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Well, good job. What can I help you out with today?
I have a few right now, hopefully, fingers crossed. So I have one right now. I text you the address and all the information. It comes with solar. That's basically what I want to find out about, if we have ever assumed solar.
Yes, many times. I have solar panels on my house in Colorado. Check it out.
That's good to know.
I've got this house, 646 Joplin Street in Aurora. My tenant moved in yesterday. I actually bought it off of... No, I didn't buy it off Rowan, but check it out. You see my solar panels? I subtued these solar panels. The solar panels are in somebody else's name, but no problem. This is one of my favorite rentals, by the way, guys. I love this rental just because of where it is. Like, who wouldn't want to live here? Look at that. That's where you want to buy rentals. And guys, it's a tiny little house, right? It's a tiny little house, 2,000 square feet, maybe 1,800 square feet, 4 bed, 2 bath, 2 car garage. And I got tenants in here currently paying me like, I think maybe $2,700 per month. I think my PITI is like $2,300, and I got a 2.6% interest rate on this bad boy. And yes, I took over solar. But the answer to your question is yes.
Oh, beautiful. So yeah, that's what I wanted to know. It has, as it is right now, after expenses, it's producing a 19% cash on cash. So I'm guessing with the payments, it'll probably be somewhere like 15. I forgot to ask him what that monthly payment is, but I'm guessing it'll probably drop it down to like a 15 or a 16 cash on cash regardless. So yeah, I just wanted to know about that really quick.
Totally fine, man. Totally fine. Just consider it part of the loan.
Fair enough. And then that's a 3.5% interest rate. I raised my price. He was asking $265 for sale by owner. I raised it to $320. He wants a balloon, and I asked him if he could do 7 years. He's saying I asked him if he could do 7 years with a 1-year extension, if we need it, and he said he'll be open. Yeah, is that okay?
You know, generally speaking, balloons on mortgage takeovers really hurt the deal. I will say that. It's not impossible. I do have a couple mortgage takeovers with balloons. I actually just sold one of mine to avoid the balloon. Guys, I had a balloon coming up on my Oklahoma City property. I sold it, no balloon. But it hurts the deal for sure.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm wondering if I came in too high on the down payment then, because
I would
remember
say
I raised
10
it to
years.
3.
I'd say 10 years. Okay, dude, go for 10 years, dude. Your down payment's fine. Go for 10 years on the balloon. Rowan's right about that. 10 years is it's a lot can happen in 10 years.
Right. But what if he pushes back on the 10? You know, is there any middle ground there where it'll still justify that 10% down payment?
I think what it is, Moises, is it's not about the down payment. What it is people don't want to think about it. We don't want to think about it. We just want to be like, oh, it's so far in the future, it might as well not be there. So it's not based on our down payment or cash on cash. It's just like, I got to sell this property in 10 years or figure out a refinance. I don't know what rates are going to be. It's going to cost some money to refinance. So it's not correlated to our down payment. Down payment's not going to really change it. It's a convenience thing.
So then I'm just gonna use the solar as I'm a piggyback off the solar. I'm gonna say, usually, the solar can be an issue, but if we take over the solar, can you do 10 years and see if he goes for that?
I love that leverage. That's a great plan, Moises.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Well, hey,
so
we'll see you in New York,
see
man. We'll see you in New York soon. I think Chris and I are gonna come probably springtime.
Oh, let me know, bro. We'll link up, all right?
Absolutely. Our last New York meetup was kind of fun, but I realized most of our people couldn't participate in the activity.
Because these guys is rock climbing. We wasn't trying to bust our ass falling off that.
We had a guy in crutches, and he was like, "Well,
yeah,
I guess we'll watch this out." But anyways, we'll pick something more friendly. Maybe we'll go to La Industry or whatever the hell it's called. That was good as hell.
That was good, right? That pizza, fire.
Oh dude, that's literally the best pizza I've ever had in my life.
No lie. The line is the line goes crazy over here. He's opened up 3 spots. Before it was like a little hole in the wall. But anyway, I'll let you do your thing, man. We'll keep in touch.
Catch you later, bro. Bye-bye.
All
right. Now this is a story, guys. This is a story. So we got Rowan here. Rowan's about 6 months into Hold My Hand Wholesale here. He's telling me right now, he's 19 years old. He's telling me he's buying an M2 competition. If y'all don't know what an M2 competition is, it's an expensive sports car. It's an expensive sports car. It's a great car too. I've got something kind of similar to it. But anyways, he's got this, he's been wholesaling for a while. And while I don't love that he did this, he did drop out of college. And I think the reason he did it is because he found a career in real estate for himself, which is really exciting. To see somebody pivot from the traditional path to a path that allows them to have more time and financial freedom here. And I think I think one of the coolest things about this is now he's telling us he's got a $30,000 deal in closing. Guys, I want to let you know I've only done a handful of $30,000 deals. I've probably done like 10 or 15 $30,000 deals in 4 years. My average deal size is $7,000 to $8,000. So we're going to see if we can break this down. Hopefully he'll tell us the address. Rowan, can we get the address?
I'm a little scared because I mean, EMD's already in, but
okay, it's fine. So,
I get it. All right.
He'll show us the address.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Can you just say,
but
just
I don't know. What do you think?
What
do you think?
EMD's in. Let's say somebody tries to circumnavigate you, goes directly to the seller, offers a higher amount. You've got EMD in. You could file a memorandum on the property, and if they accepted the higher amount, they'd have to pay you out prior to close.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyways,
all right. Yeah,
so we'll check it out. What's the address on it?
It's 6019 Clark Street. 19. Las Vegas. And the funny thing too was we only had 3 days. I probably could have gotten more, but we only had 3 days. We had 72 hours to submit AMD.
That's fire. Okay, is this something you found on Zillow?
Yeah.
Well, how did you pitch it? What did you just use your own variation of a pitch, or?
Well, so the student called, but I helped them with the terms and how to kind of get everything together. But he told me he used a checkmate pitch.
So a student of Hold My Hand Wholesale brought it to him, and he hopped on the phone with the realtor. And did they have any pushback?
No, they just wanted to figure out. So the only pushback that we had was actually with the buyer, because they realized they were like, oh, my balloon payment's going to be too big.
What's the balloon?
So they actually put more down. They said, well, at the balloon, they were going to owe 400, something around there. And he was like, I'd rather put more down and then trade it for, a lower purchase price. Because I think the original purchase price was $640. And if you look, it's been on market for a year.
So you got under a contract and you went back to the seller and asked to put more down?
Yeah, we retraded.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
So that was a very specific type of buyer.
The buyer put So here, I just put it in the chat. It's 530 purchase price, which is actually below what is listed. 80,000 down plus a $28,000 assignment, and then a 25-year AM at $1,500 a month.
Yeah, it's very different from what we typically do. It's very different from what we typically do.
Yeah,
But I'm glad it ended up working. That's a lot, guys.
because we had it at 60.
I think it was probably justified by the cash flow. Is it a 4 unit? And it's
Yeah,
what's it bringing in per month? 4,200.
I think it's 1,100 each. Yeah,
So about
around there.
4,400 per month. Monthly payments of $1,500. And then you also
And there's like no taxes on it.
because it's Vegas. Vegas taxes are really cheap, so it's got probably like $400
Yeah.
taxes and $440 taxes and insurance. That's really good. Yeah, that's really good. And you just found a buyer that's willing to put down a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had it at 60, and I think it was I originally showed it for like 80, but then the guy was talking to the realtor, and the realtor didn't care that we were wholesaling it. He was like, "Yeah, I mean, I think the seller would rather retrade, the purchase price if you put more money down." Because I think the only problem with these type of deals is that after the agent gets paid, because usually they're big properties, if it's like a $600,000 house, the agent's getting paid a decent amount. Sometimes, after they pay that commission, like the seller only walks away with, 6% of the down payment. Not 6%, but 6% purchase price. That's the down payment. If that makes any sense, like 60%. Like if you're putting $50,000 down, like the seller might walk away with 30.
Yeah. So you combated that just
So
by
I think
offering
that's
higher?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
by just lowering the purchase price.
That makes sense.
And I think the original PITI was 19, and we raised it to like 21 after taxes.
That's good. That's really good. Wow. Well, guys, that's a year's income right there. That's a year's income. Remember, guys, if you have a deal, type #submit and submit it to our portal so that we can push it out to our buyers list as well. We have 3 different portals for you. We have a submission tab for cash deals, a submission tab for mortgage takeover deals, and a submission tab for seller finance deals. Guys, these deals are abundant. You just have to hit the phone. And if you're curious about how to find a buyer, submit it to our portal so that we can sell the deal for you. That's my whole business model. I'm hoping to sell these deals that our students are getting. Anyways, yeah, that's a great deal, man. I'm glad you sold it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it was the biggest one by far.
Yeah, that's a big check. That's a big check. Good job.
Never done anything in Vegas.
Yeah, that's exciting, man. Great work. Hey, I'm gonna move on. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're all good.
All right. See ya. Bye-bye.
Yo, Richard, one last thing about my deal I want to ask you is it's in Oklahoma and he wants to use the Oklahoma state contract. Is that all right for a trust acquisition?
That's okay, but we're gonna have to use our addendum on it. So you'll send it to my dispo team, and my dispo team will have to add the addendum because there's a ton of terms in there that we'll probably need to have as well. So say okay, but we're also gonna have to use our addendum on it as well.
Can he just send it to me and then your guys can set up the contract? Is that fine? All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So Moises, I would do so hold on, let me give you an email. This is going to be your TC email right here in the chat, Moises. That's your TC email right there.
Okay, great. So they'll send me the contract. I'll send it to her, and then her and I can just stay in touch.
Yes. So you can submit it to the portal, but I'd honestly submit it to her email as well. So you can say, hey, look, this is a state approved contract with TAA terms on it. But let's add on the subject to addendum as well.
Alrighty. Thank you, Richard.
Perfect. Talk soon, man. Bye-bye. And it's wheel spin time. We're going to do a bidet today. Let's give away a bidet. In old hold my hand wholesale fashion, let's give away a bidet. It's been a minute since we've given away a bidet. If you're unfamiliar, we have done lots and lots of bidets in the past, but it's not been a recent thing for us, but hold my hand wholesale started. I'll think about it, Rowan. I'll think about it. There's some other things that are on my mind still, and I will consider that, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and It's possible. It's possible. I just I might need a little bit more time. We're gonna go ahead and do a country. We're gonna do a country for the giveaway. So, let's do a country capital. Country capital. I will send a sparkling, brand new bidet to your house. Yes, a bidet. If you simply tell me what the capital of France is. What is the capital of France? What is the Oh, that was an easy one, guys. That was an easy one. Very, very, very easy one. Paris, France, right? Is it? I mean, I think it is, right? Paris is the capital of France. So yes, Brock, you're our bidet winner, and I think I already have your information too. How much have we?
Let's do
how
it.
many times have you won this?
A few times, you know.
A few times.
Handful of times.
You have any tips on winning? You're just like at the ready?
You gotta lock in. I'm at the gym right now.
He just hops on and yeah, just figure it
Just
out.
gotta have those fingers ready, you know.
Figure it out. Oh, portable bidet. Ooh, that seems interesting. I don't know if we could do the portable bidet. But what we could do is then we got the Filipino bidet. If you guys have been to the Philippines, you know what I'm talking about. I like this one. You guys remember the Neo 120? Neo 120 single nozzle self-cleaning non-electric bidet attachment for the toilet in blue. Yes, this is the one that we're going to be getting you. So we're going to buy it. We're going to ship it to you. Is your name Brock or is it something else?
Yeah, Brock Pibic.
Okay. Oh, yes. How easy. And is apartment 7 something still valid?
Yeah, 7I. Yeah, I'm in New York, in East Village. Let me know if you're in New York.
You know, we do
meet up sometime.
We do like one New York trip per year. We did one last year in around I want to say probably right around now, probably like February right now. But anyways, that will be delivered on February 4th.
Awesome. Sounds good. My birthday's February 20th, so just in time.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, there's your bidet, man. I just sent you confirmation of order. Let me know if you have any delivery issues.
Thank you, Richard.
All right, guys, I'm heading out. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Dude, today was great. Yeah, Rowan, yeah, maybe. Today was really good, guys. You know, I just wow. I just thought we had a really good day. We had a really good day in terms of the cash deals, guys, and then the deal I did on the live stream, that $2,500 deal I picked up on a live stream. So many ways to make money in this business. I think it's a really interesting story that Rowan was able to sell his deal for 20% down because of the cash flow. But it works, guys. It works. So anyways, I will catch you all on the next one. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This guy in the chat, damn, the RER. I don't know if I can say your name, but bro, this guy is peeled. Who is this guy? That's crazy. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to get you like you, dog. All right. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Have an amazing rest of your night. Bye-bye.